The chamber of the Galactic Council floated above a dying star. The walls shimmered with living light, and dozens of alien leaders sat around a long circle of silver thrones. They were the rulers of the galaxy, species thousands of years old, keepers of knowledge and technology that stretched beyond imagination. At the far end of the chamber stood a small group of humans. Their uniforms were plain, their faces calm, but their eyes burned with determination. They had come to request something no one had dared before. The human envoy, a tall woman named Captain Elara Hayes, raised her voice. "We come with respect. We ask the Council to recognize our new technology, to share our progress, and to let humanity take its place among the stars." For a moment, silence filled the chamber. The aliens studied her as if she were a child pretending to be an adult. Then, laughter echoed. A massive reptilian elder leaned forward, his scaled mouth curling. "Humans? With technology worth sharing? You are still young. You fight among yourselves. You burn your own worlds. And now you think you are ready to stand beside us." Others joined in, their voices full of contempt. "You rush into everything with fire and noise. You are dangerous, not wise. You are not ready." Captain Hayes held her ground. "Our technology is real. We can help strengthen the galaxy. We can help protect it." But the Council had already made their decision. The Grand Arbiter, a being of light and shadow, rose from his throne. His voice was deep, vibrating through the chamber. "The request of humanity is denied. You will remain under observation. You will not share your technology. You will not expand without our approval. This is final." The words struck like a hammer. The humans exchanged tense looks, but none spoke. The Council's ruling echoed across the galaxy. To many species, it was nothing new. Humanity had always been seen as reckless, emotional, unpredictable. The Council told everyone the same story. Humans were clever, but cleverness was not wisdom. Cleverness was dangerous. Still, whispers began. In the dark markets of Orion Station, smugglers spoke of human ships with strange new engines. In the mines of Acris 4, workers told stories of human drones that could dig faster than council machines. And in the hidden corners of space, scouts vanished without a trace. When these rumors reached the Council, they dismissed them. Lies. Tricks. Humans exaggerate everything. But not every leader was certain. In a private chamber after the meeting, two counselors argued in hushed voices. "They are hiding something. Their eyes do not show fear. They are children. Let them play with their toys." Children grow. And sometimes, they grow teeth. Far from the Council's chamber, on the blue and green world of Earth, humans prepared in silence. Factories deep beneath the oceans built machines no alien had ever seen. In orbit, dry docks held the frames of ships covered in black steel. Engines hummed with power that made the void tremble. The people remembered the Council's words. Too young. Too reckless. Too dangerous. But instead of shame, those words became fuel. Humanity was tired of being treated as less. They were tired of being denied. Captain Hayes stood on the observation deck of her ship, staring at the endless stars. The Council had laughed, but she had seen something in their eyes. Fear. They feared what humans might become. And deep in the silence of space, hidden from every alien eye, something massive waited. A ship unlike any built before. A warship born not from arrogance, but from survival. Its heart pulsed with energy strong enough to change the balance of power in the galaxy. The Council believed humanity was weak. The Council believed humanity was reckless. The Council believed humanity was still a child. But belief is fragile. And soon, belief would shatter. The decision of the Galactic Council spread like fire. In every corner of the galaxy, species heard the ruling: humanity is denied. Their technology is unworthy. Their growth will be controlled. Many believed it. After all, humans were new to the stars. They had not seen 1,000 suns, they had not ruled empires for ages. They were small, loud, and emotional. Why would anyone fear them? And yet, rumors grew. A merchant ship vanished near the outer rim of human space. A scout probe belonging to the Zarine Empire disappeared without sending a single signal. A pirate crew returned shaking, claiming they had seen a shadow in the void, a ship so large it blocked out the stars. The council dismissed every story. Humans cannot build ships of that size. It is only fear. Fear makes ghosts in the dark. Do not waste time on human myths. But the whispers would not stop. On a distant station, a group of traders argued over drinks. One swore he had seen human drones dismantle an asteroid in hours. Another claimed humans had engines that burned with silent blue fire, faster than anything the council used. Each story was wilder than the last, but each story spread. And in the quiet halls of power, some counselors began to doubt. One elder spoke in secret to his ally. If these whispers are true, we may face a storm. The other laughed. Storms cannot come from children. But the elder's eyes were troubled. Children grow. And sometimes, they grow stronger than their teachers. Far away, on the edge of Sol System, the truth was being forged in steel. Humanity was not sleeping. Humanity was building. Inside the hidden shipyards of Titan, engineers worked day and night. Sparks lit the air as great plates of armor were welded into place. The skeleton of a ship took shape, long, vast, and armored like no vessel before it. Its name was whispered only among a few, the Aegis. The ship was not only a weapon. It was a message to the galaxy that humans would not bow, that they would not remain weak. On board the command station, Captain Hayes stood with Admiral Rowan, one of the leaders of the secret fleet. The Council believes we are reckless, the Admiral said. They believe we are still children. Hayes nodded. Then let them believe it. Belief will blind them. And when they see the truth, it will be too late. But before the Aegis could be completed, news arrived. From the deep space relays came a coded signal. Enemy fleet approaching human border. Alien ships, hundreds strong, were moving toward Earth. They did not come for peace. They came with threats. They came with fire. The Council had denied humanity, but some species wanted more than denial. They wanted to crush the humans before they could rise. Inside the hidden war room, human commanders studied the data. Their voices were calm, but their eyes burned with fury. They think we are weak. They think this will be easy. They will learn. Across human colonies, soldiers prepared. Civilians were moved into shelters. Pilots trained in silence, waiting for orders. And in the shipyards, the Aegis stirred. Its reactors came alive, glowing like the heart of a star. Power rippled across its vast frame. The void around it seemed to tremble. The ship was not yet revealed to the galaxy. No alien eye had seen it. No council sensor had recorded it. But soon, it would rise. As the alien fleet closed in, as their commanders sent messages of arrogance. Submit, humans. Submit, or be destroyed. The humans made no reply. They prepared in silence. The whispers in the void were no longer rumors. They were truth, waiting to be revealed. And when the first alien ship crossed into human space, the truth would arrive like thunder. The Council thought they had denied humanity. The Council thought they had crushed their hope. But what they had done was light a fire. And that fire was about to burn across the stars. The alien fleet arrived at the edge of human space. Hundreds of warships spread across the void, their hulls glowing with ancient power. They were confident, certain of victory. To them, humanity was nothing more than a noisy, reckless child. From the lead ship, the alien commander broadcast his message across every human channel. Humans, submit. Your technology is weak. Your defenses are nothing. Lay down your arms, or we will burn your worlds. On Earth, the message was heard in every city. Fear spread, but behind that fear came anger. Humans remembered the Council's laughter, the Council's denial. And now, they saw the truth. The aliens did not want peace. They wanted control. In orbit above Titan, the hidden shipyard opened its gates. For the first time, the Aegis stepped into the light. The warship drifted forward, silent and massive. It was larger than any ship the aliens had ever seen. Its armor was black steel, thick and sharp, reflecting no light. Its engines burned with a strange blue glow, steady and powerful. The alien commander froze. For the first time, doubt touched his voice. This cannot be human. The humans gave no reply. The alien fleet moved first. Their weapons fired in a storm of plasma and light. The void exploded with fire as dozens of bolts struck the Aegis. But when the glow faded, the human ship still stood. Its shields shimmered, untouched. The alien crews shouted in confusion. Their weapons were strong enough to shatter moons, yet they did nothing. Then, the Aegis answered. One shot. Just one. A beam of white light erupted from its main cannon. It cut through the darkness like the blade of a god. An alien cruiser, proud and ancient, was sliced in half. No wreckage. No resistance. Just silence. The alien fleet panicked. Impossible. No ship has that kind of power. This is not human technology. But it was. It was human will, human defiance, human survival forged into steel. The Aegis fired again. Another ship vanished. Then, another. The massive alien armada, once so confident, scattered like frightened prey. Their commanders shouted orders, but nothing could stop the storm. Captain Hayes stood on the bridge of the Aegis. Her voice was calm, but her heart pounded with fire. They wanted proof. Let this be proof. The alien commander tried one last time to rally his fleet. Stand your ground. It is only one ship. Overwhelm it. But one ship was enough. The Aegis turned its guns. Dozens of missiles streaked into the void, weaving like hunters through the chaos. Alien shields collapsed, their ships breaking apart under the fury. The galaxy was watching. Every signal, every transmission was recorded. Species across the stars saw the impossible, a single human ship standing against an entire fleet, and winning. Panic spread through the alien armada. Some ships fled. Others shut down their weapons, surrendering without a fight. The commander's flagship tried to retreat, but the Aegis caught it in a beam of light, pinning it like an insect. In his final transmission, the alien commander whispered, broken and afraid. This should not be possible. Then his ship was gone. Silence fell. The battlefield was nothing but drifting wrecks and glowing debris. The Aegis stood alone, untouched, its black armor shining in the dim light of distant stars. Across the galaxy, disbelief turned to shock. The council chambers shook with arguments. This is not human technology. It must be stolen. It must be forbidden. But deep inside, they knew the truth. Humans had built it themselves. Humans had risen faster than anyone thought possible. And now, no one could deny them. On the bridge of the Aegis, Captain Hayes looked out at the wreckage. Her crew stood in silence, knowing they had changed history. This is not the end, she said softly. This is the beginning. The galaxy had called humanity reckless. The galaxy had called them weak. The galaxy had denied them. But denial could not stop what had just happened. A single warship had shattered their beliefs. And the galaxy would never be the same. The battle was over. The void was silent again, broken only by drifting wreckage and the faint glow of dying ships. Where once the alien fleet had stood, now only fragments remained. And at the center of it all, the human warship Aegis waited, steady and unbroken. The galaxy had seen everything. Every signal, every broadcast had traveled across the stars. Billions of eyes had watched in disbelief, as one human ship had crushed an armada that should have been invincible. In the great chamber of the Galactic Council, Silence ruled. The leaders of ancient empires sat frozen, their pride shattered. For centuries they had believed themselves the masters of order. They had believed humanity was reckless, primitive, and small. But now, they had seen the truth. One counselor, his scales trembling, whispered, "They were supposed to be weak." Another, her glowing eyes dim with fear, replied, "They are not weak. They are dangerous." The Grand Arbiter rose, his voice heavy with denial. "This cannot be allowed. Humanity must be controlled." But deep down, even he knew the Council no longer held power over the humans. The old order had cracked. On Earth, the people rejoiced. For the first time in history, they were not treated as children. They had stood against the galaxy and proved their strength. Across colonies and stations, cheers rose. "We are not weak. We are human." Yet humanity did not celebrate with arrogance. On the bridge of the Aegis, Captain Elara Hayes stood with her crew. Her gaze was calm as she looked at the stars. "They came to destroy us," she said. "We asked for friendship. We offered peace. But they answered with war. Let them remember what that choice cost them." Admiral Rowan nodded. His voice was steel. "We will not start wars. But if they bring war to us again, we will end it." Across the galaxy, reactions split. Some species sent messages of respect, even admiration. They saw in humans a hope for change, a chance to break free from the Council's arrogance. Others whispered of fear, calling humanity a rising storm, too dangerous to be trusted. On a distant world, a small alien child asked his teacher, "Are the humans monsters?" The teacher hesitated, then answered softly, "No, they are something new." In the shadows, secret plans began. Some empires plotted alliances with humans, seeking to share in their strength. Others began preparing weapons, desperate to defend themselves from what humanity might become. The balance of power had shifted, and the galaxy was no longer certain of its future. The Council met again, their voices sharp with anger and fear. "We must create a new fleet. We must find their secrets. We must not let humanity rise further." But for the first time in centuries, the Council's words sounded hollow. Their control was slipping, and they knew it. Far from their eyes, humanity continued its work. The Aegis was only the beginning. Hidden in shipyards across the solar system, more warships were being built, each one stronger, each one faster. The galaxy had seen one human ship. They had not yet seen the fleet that waited in silence. On the observation deck, Captain Hayes stared into the endless void. "They thought we were children," she whispered. Her hand touched the glass as distant stars burned like silent witnesses. "They forgot. Children grow." Behind her, the Aegis pulsed with power, its heart beating like a storm waiting to break. And somewhere, across the galaxy, countless species whispered the same thought, a thought they could not escape. If one human warship could do this, what will happen when the rest appear? The answer was coming. The galaxy had lived under the Council's rule for ages. But now, a new order was rising. The order of humanity. And this was only the beginning.